I've learned something recently. A lot of the people that talk about Xbox and the services have no clue as to exactly what this service offers. Like, they have not taken the time to do good research, investigative work, or even just engage with the service so that they can know what they're saying. The way that I know this is because whenever I read some comments, it is very obvious when people say stuff. Like, you can tell. And even some Xbox gamers, they buy into that notion. I don't know what it is. Are you weak-minded? Can you not actually critically think that you will let these PlayStation fans gaslight you? I'm a PC player. I've been using Steam for many years. And I understand the value proposition in Steam. When Epic Games came out, I used Epic Games, and I understood that Steam beats them in a value proposition from the gamer side. From the developer side, I always thought that Steam, that Epic Games was better because it provided Unreal Engine and all of this stuff. And then it was time for me to start getting ready to see what it's like to publish a video game. And I realized that Steam is actually a beast, both front end and back end. That's why Steam has the best value proposition. How would I have known if I did not use Steam's service called Steamworks, which is for the developer side? This is the same thing that a lot of these PlayStation fans are coming out here to say about Xbox without ever engaging in the Xbox ecosystem or even taking the time to understand it. An audience member was asking this person a question and said, why do you want to see Xbox fail? I don't understand. And this person replied and said, I just see the writing on the wall. We want Microsoft to do better, but they obviously don't care about the console. This is a big freaking lie. How do they not care about the console, which holds majority of their Game Pass subscribers? If you've been using Game Pass for the last few years, I've been using Game Pass off and on, PC Game Pass, before I eventually went ahead and say, you know what, let me buy an Xbox console. Let me see what's going on, because I'll see some news article come out and say, oh, this game is available on Game Pass. If you've used Game Pass in the past, remember back in the day, the Game Pass PC, they'll say, oh, this game is on Game Pass, but you'll go on the Xbox PC store and be like, where? I don't see it. Because those games were prioritized for the console players and PC players did not have access to them. Has anybody forgotten real quick? Maybe y'all have forgotten, but I didn't forget. I remember I'm paying for Game Pass. How come the console guys are getting better stuff in some cases than I am? Some of you on console didn't even know this. Well, how would you know? You refuse to even touch a PC to even wonder what is going on there. All you do is listen to these PlayStation fans and whine. Oh, Xbox doesn't care about the console. So you follow them like a zombie. Xbox doesn't care about the. Shut up. Go and do some good research and figure out what is going on first before you say stuff like this. I cannot imagine that the PC guy has to come here and talk about stuff that is actually happening while many of the Xbox fans are sitting they're sitting in a dark room, depressed, that PlayStation fans are telling them what Xbox is doing when Xbox is doing the exact opposite. It's just so weird to me. So I call cap to this statement that this person made, saying that they just want Xbox to do better. No, you want Xbox to play exclusivity war. That's exactly what you want. They said, which now includes Nintendo and PlayStation. Does that offend you? Does that offend you that Xbox is taking its games to other platforms to you? Are you offended that you get to play Xbox games and you don't have to buy an Xbox? Or are you offended that you don't get to spend $500 to buy yourself an Xbox? What kind of madness is this? This is like the weirdest. What? These people have been poisoned. I can tell you that a lot of people have been poisoned somewhere, somehow, in their minds by PlayStation, that they can't think outside of the box, that, oh, this other person doesn't have a list of games to fight against my list of games, and so this person must be cooked. See, if I catch any Xbox fan, I got to tell you, man, if I catch any Xbox fan buying into this nonsense, because of all the work that I've done and all the dragging and all of the nonsense I've dealt with PlayStation fans, I would drag you so heavy in the comment section, because you are probably the reason that these PlayStation fans are bold, because you're over there indulging them with their lies. This is the craziest thing that I've ever seen in my life. Truth has got to be said, man. Truth has got to be truth. Xbox literally knows, Microsoft knows that 21.9 million users of Game Pass are on the Xbox console. Statista has the data here for us. Unless, of course, Statista is lying, then we need to go and tell Statista, why did you lie to us? It's right here. It says that this was even 2022 data. It even separates it. 21.9 million of these people were on Xbox Game Pass, excluding PC. Look at it. And then Xbox Live Gold, 11.7 million. This was when they were both separate before they added them together. And then Sarah Bond told us that it was 34 million, but he had gone ahead to change them to Game Pass Core. So Xbox, the console, is carrying Game Pass, not PC, not Nintendo Switch, not PlayStation, because that service does not exist there. And somebody has the gall to say that Xbox does not care about the console. Bro, this is the kind of stuff that gets me a little heated, man. And you know it's just lies. Like anybody who can tell, it's just lying. Like it's just pure lies. And many of these people have never ever got a Game Pass subscription. They don't even know what the service is like. Some of them got it for a few minutes and they were like, well, it doesn't do, and then they left it. Okay, fine. But drawing these conclusions are just so weird to me. At the end of the day, like, really? This is where we are now? And then they continued with some other spiel all the way down here. And I'll read it to you. I know the screen's cut off, but this is the best way I could actually hide this stuff for you. They said, Nadella said exclusives are bad and don't want them. You're more worried about exclusives than actually bothering playing the games that are coming to you. Phil said no red lines with porting to PS. So how are we supposed to take... Hold on. What does this says? What does it say here? So he says, so how are we supposed to take that? You do know Microsoft, the software company, and blah, 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 blah. And then the Surface failed and all this stuff failed and blah, 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 blah. They failed. Xbox, I'm surprised. So they said this because hardware, in terms of the Surface and the phone, Microsoft failed in those. They said, I'm surprised how they've made Xbox this long without coming in last every generation, how they've kept the Xbox long. That's what they said. I read the comment previously. But Microsoft has deep pockets, so thanks to government contracts. So now government contracts, according to this person, is what's funding Xbox. Man, the gaslighting has no bounds for these folk, man. These guys are some of the absolute gorillas in this particular conversation, man. They have no decorum in terms of being willing to even bother with the truth. Yo, they just say the most asinine stuff and walk away cold. Well, that's not going to fly on the Video Game Fight School channel. I may not read all the comments. I try to read the comments. If I see some of them that are just straight up absurd, and I'm like, where's the data for that? That's a whole bunch of nonsense. You're making that stuff up. A person who's winging it in the kitchen has more success rate than you. That's just the truth. Somebody who walks into the kitchen, opens up the fridge or the freezer and start to just whip up something has a greater success rate in convincing me that they can cook than you are with this nonsense that you wrote on the comment section. That's just the truth. I can't deal with this, man. I'm out. Watch the video if you want. Goodness. Peace out.